Hi, it's Sandy Pro, and today's a new day. And today's the day that I have a new crossover project for Darlene Michoud. She's going to like this because it has to do with nothing sweet. It has to do with a tomato. My favorite thing to eat forever. We talked about how when we were little, we went on her dad's lobster boat. And she couldn't believe when I took my lunch out to eat it, I just had a tomato like this, much smaller though, and I just took a bite out of it like an apple. She remembers that to this day because she thought that was pretty impressive for a little kid to be eating it like an apple. So I've liked tomatoes for a long time. I like them in soups. My mother made a great tomato soup. I like them right off the vine, give them a wash with a garden hose and take a bite. And I like them in my salads. But today we're going to do a baked beefsteak tomato. I've set the oven at 425, and what you'll need for this particular project is some olive oil. I've got extra virgin there. Some spray, cooking spray, just to put on your pan or your aluminum foil so it won't, stick. And let's see, what else do I have? Garlic salt, pepper, breadcrumbs. I have some leftover mozzarella cheese I'm going to use, but you know what I'm going to like the best is that expensive Parmesan that I got a couple days ago, or a week ago actually, for a different project. So I'm putting it to use again. So let's get involved with this tomato and then challenge Darlene. What the heck is she going to do in her neck of the woods with her tomato? Let's get started. Preheated the oven at 425. I'm going to slice this up, change my camera so you can see what I'm doing. Hang in there. First thing I'm going to do is put the oven on bake and bring the temperature up to 425. So here's our beefsteak tomato. I'm going to slice it right in half. And just to let you know, I did wash my hands and wash the tomato before I got started. And that's nice and juicy. I'm going to take a little bit of our cooking spray and spray a pizza pan that I've covered with aluminum foil because, contrary to what I may say, my pans are not all the greatest. I've got some good set of pans to work with from a long time ago, but this pizza pan has seen its better day. So a little spray. That's probably a little more than a little spray. And basically what I'm going to do is take some breadcrumbs and put in a little bit of olive oil. Stir it up. If I can, it won't get all clumpy. Just a little bit. Start with a little bit of pepper. Some mozzarella cheese. What I like about these tomatoes, you can bake them and eat them right with a salad or put it on top of a salad. Another way to eat them is right next to some beef Florentine. Oh, they're tasty and yummy with beef Florentine. So that's mozzarella. Here's my shredded Parmesan that I took the time to do before we got started. Okay, I'm using our garlic salt. You could use regular Italian seasoning if you wanted to put some oregano and basil on here. Come on. Maybe I should do it this way. Because I like garlic. Then I'm going to take some of those breadcrumbs and sprinkle right over the top. Oh, I like a little bit more on there. Now it's your option. You can take the spray. This one is the original type of spray that came out. I'll be careful. Alright, put a little bit on that one. Or take olive oil and drizzle it lightly. On the other one. Today we're putting them in the oven for 15 minutes at 425. But you know what? I'd be curious to find out what these would be like outdoors on the grill with the cover shut. I bet they would be really good flavoring just from having put on burgers next to them or whatever you'd be cooking for the day. So here they go into the oven. Alright, 15 minutes is still counting down and I'm bored. I'm just waiting, so I thought I should wait with you. Let's talk. First, I want to say hi to my coworker Gloria because she faithfully watches me, and I appreciate that. And if I make these someday, and it's the day that I'm headed into work, I'll make sure to bring you one so we can have each one for supper. That would be a nice little tasty treat because I know you like tomatoes. Judy, our other coworker with a nice garden, she doesn't like tomatoes. But we'll still bring her something special. In the meantime, I have people who watch my videos from the United States. Well, that's kind of expected because it's my local territory. From Canada, just hop, skip, and a jump about 4 hours over the border. Have some friends up there in Sherbrooke and other places as well. We have people that watch in Australia. That's a pretty cool place. I know somebody went there on their honeymoon for like 4 weeks and took a 5th week, I think, in New Zealand. And they enjoyed that and they came back in the coldest of Maine weather. I felt bad for them when they got off the plane. And let's see, who else? I think I had the Netherlands. So hello to the Netherlands and to Sweden and especially to the UK. Because I someday want to get over there and I don't know how that's going to happen because I'm the worst traveler ever. Not comfortable on planes, trains, cars, anything that moves. Nah, it's not for me. If I could be teleported like they do on Star Trek, put me in that little machine and my molecules could get me there and I could show up in Ireland someday, where my genealogy comes from, you know, my family heritage way over there, and I could take a look around, that'd be totally awesome. I would like to check that place out, but until they could transport me like on Star Trek in a molecule thing that transports me over there, it's not going to happen. So give me some information from overseas. Tell me what it's like there where you live. Tell me where you live. Fill me in on what you eat different than we do or the same things. And it's just pleasant to know you or to get to know you. So I'm glad we chatted. I'm going to check on those tomatoes, and you know, when I say Sandy Pro has to go, it usually is at the end of a video, but this time I've been drinking a little bit of iced tea, so this time I have to go in a different direction, and I'll be right back. I just heard the oven beep. Oh man, I'm opening this door, and it's quite hot, but I really like what I see. Check it out. Can you see those right there? There you go. Well, what do you think? I hope you can see. There, is that better? Right there. Now that is one baked tomato. And I'm going to grab a fork out of my drawer. And I would advise you to let it sit a little bit before you cut it. I'm a little anxious to get in there and try it, but I'm assuming it's a lot juicier than it was when we went in and cut it in half. Yeah, you can see the steam come right out of that. And I know it's too hot for me to eat, so I'm going to have to let it sit. But I hope you all take this challenge. Take a tomato and make it into something delicious. Put it in a salad, maybe stuff it. Join us in our tomato crossover challenge and see what you come up with. Okay, the tomato has set for about 5 minutes, or maybe a little bit longer, because I took the time to cut it in half, remember? Then I took that half, or one of the halves, and cut it several times and ate it. And now I only have half a tomato that was baked left. I really enjoy tomato that is either room temperature or warmer. I'm not one that likes cold tomatoes out of a refrigerator. I don't know what you think, but I just think they're a little bit better at room temperature or warmer. So since half of this is gone, I'm going to sit here and eat the other half. And while I do that, I'm going to think of all of you guys and ladies and gentlemen that watch me from the Netherlands and Great Britain and Sweden and Ireland and Canada and the United States. I really appreciate the fact that you guys take time out of your day to watch my video. So, thank you very much. Enjoy your baked tomato if you do it. Let us know. Let Darlene and I know. It's Sandy Pro. Gotta go. Eat my tomato.